Hi everyone, Paul at ISM. Today I've got a review for you for the FlexiFile touch and flow system. Something I've looked at for quite a while, but I've never really thought about getting it because it's not the cheapest system or set to buy. But I treated myself just before Christmas and got just after Christmas. This was supposed to be my review for last month's news show and I didn't get it in time. Some of you may have seen me complaining about it. So I've got it now anyway. Been using it over the last 3-4 weeks and it looks to be an absolutely superb system. It's not the cheapest in the world, but the way it use it to apply the glue, is absolutely superb. Really clever and nice and simple as well. Now, nice distinctive packaging. The FlexiFile packaging is quite distinctive. Quite a good brand logo. You can spot it a mile off. So there's two parts of the set. I got them both. So got that one and this one. You get the bottle of actual solvent cement itself, the glass vial touch and flow applicator, and the applicator squeeze bottle. So that's in that set. That actually costs £13.49 for that. So again, it's not the cheapest, but each one of these, that's £4. Let me see. £5.84 for the applicator, £4.45 for the glue, and £5.84 for the applicator bottle. So it is cheaper buying as a set, and you can buy all these parts individually. So you could buy them individually to make your own set, or if you break it or lose them, or obviously the glue runs out, you can get them out there. So everything is available separately. So that's one part, and then the other part is this. You get another bottle, another applicator bottle, and a stand as well. It's a heavy stand. I think it's almost like resin. It really is heavy. It's not resin, but it's a real heavy plastic. This is £12.59. So if you work out, that's £5.84. You're paying, you know, £7 for that. I think it is a little bit overpriced. This is the part of the kit that you don't necessarily need, but me being me, bit of a kit art, as I was called in my old hobby. I like stuff like this, and it sits on the desk, and it is handy. Whether it's worth £12, I don't know, but we'll get to that in a bit. So in the actual bottle itself, the actual packaging itself, we'll open it up and have a look. So it's blister packed, but it's not actually sealed, which is nice. So there's no mucking about scissors getting cut and what have you. On the back, instructions running through it. I will admit I've only briefly read these. Typical bloke. Just dive in, look at the pictures and have a go. So worth a read if you're gonna, you know, you've never seen it before, but I had an idea roughly what to do. So it does run through the instructions, and inside the actual applicator tube there's a roll of instructions as well. So you get the bottle of glue, of which you get 2 fluid ounces, which in the UK I've got absolutely no idea how much that is. 75 mils, something like that, because it's very similar to the 50 mils. That's going to last you quite a while. It does evaporate, and evaporates very quick, which I'll get to in a little bit. Get the applicator bottle, which has got it's a blunt needle on the top, a cover, and the actual, which is an absolute nightmare to get out, the actual glass applicator itself. So I'll show you this first. So this is the main component of the kit. So it's a fine glass vial. Whether I can show you it, probably better without my hand. It's a fine, not sharp, but it's a fine needle tip, which is the main component of this kit. So I'll pop that to one way, and we'll put those to one side, and what I'll do, I'll show the other box as well before we show it in use. The other box, as I say, you get the same bottle as well. Exactly the same bottle as in the other one, slightly different logo on it, and the needle applicator as well, and the heavy stand. Now it is a substantial bit of plastic, and the idea of this, and there's one thing, there's a couple of points this kit I am disappointed about. I say kit, this tool. Bottle sits in there. Now I would have thought those holes would have made for that to sit in, but no, they're not. So I'm assuming, if I unscrew that, they are for actually that to sit in, like so. And then you've got these 3 stepped ridges, which to sit your applicator bottle on. The applicator itself, if you're brave enough to leave the glass out, and any other tools you can fit on there as well. So basically this sits on my desk there, like so, with the packaging on. It's always a hand if you need it, and it's easily at reach. So, in use, screws on there, lid off. You then open your bottle of glue, and I'm going to try my best not to spill it, because I've got a terrible habit of spilling this. So I can't show this really well on the overhead, but I can on the side. So basically squeeze the bottle, let it suck the glue up of its own accord. Obviously the less full this is, the more you're going to have to muck about with this to actually get it to fill up. So to fill it up again, squeeze it gently, upside down again, and let it fill up. By doing that like so. There we go. Now that bottle's probably 4/5 of the way full. Lid back on this. It is potent, this stuff, and it does absolutely stink, and if you spill it on this you're losing all these grids, so be careful. So that's it. So you fill it with that, exactly like I've just shown, and put your lid back on this, unscrew it, pop it in there, pop the bottle in there, glass vial fits in the hole left in the top, push it in, give it a squeeze, and it fills it up. I don't know if you can see that. I'll take it over to this one. So we're full to about there. Obviously it's going down because I've let go of the bottle, but if you squeeze it again and you keep a bit of pressure on the top. I got a couple of bits of plastic I glued off. Sadly I had no kit spare to show this working on, but I do have some Plastruct that I've cut to allow us to show it being used. So I've got a couple of half round pieces which to me it doesn't simulate, but it'll show the way you'd use it on like wing roots and what have you. And I've just got a square piece of long plastic as well. So again, fill up the vial, give it a squeeze, fill it up. I like to put my finger over the end, then let go of the bottle, and there you go. And as you'll see on the end you'll get a bubble of it form, so wipe that off. Then come along, it'll be quite hard to show, touch it where you want it, run it along, the capillary action of the glue drags it right through. So all you need to do is touch it. Capillary action of you touching the needle to the plastic actually pulls the glue out of the vial and it glues it in place. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue both of these in position where I want them. Hopefully you guys can see. So I'm doing nothing more than just running that vial on the edge. I haven't got my finger over the end, and that should be glued in place. Yeah, so they're set, as you can see. If I pop that back in there. Obviously, one thing you need to be careful of, when you tip the vial fully vertical, it does start to drip because gravity pulls it out. So keep it on its side, not the other way because it'll come out the other end as well. Keep it side on so you're ready to glue. Because as soon as you take it out, you're going to get a drip. So as soon as you take it out, turn it on its side, wipe it off, and it's fine. Now they should be glued in place. So as you can see, if I get the light to catch, there you go. You can see on the top bit, which was the first bit we did, I had a little splodge, because I'm trying to do this on camera. It's not the easiest thing to do, trying to look on the viewfinder, but the bottom one, again, if I can get the light to catch, it's a lot neater. There's nothing there. So obviously it's a little bit of practice, but you can see on the top one, I glued it in position, and there's not one shine off any glue there. So it shows you how neat this is. If you used to use Tamirex Thin, even the touch and dab method, you're still going to leave remnants of glue you need to get rid of. And as you can see there, that top part, I can't see anything on that viewfinder, so hopefully you guys can't either. And apart from the bottom one at the start and the end where I've had a drip. Again, I've only used it a few times, I'm not perfectly used to it myself. It works very well. So I've used these half round shapes to simulate like that was a wing root. So again, if we do it again, in the vial, fill it up, finger over the end and turn it straight on its side. And if you turn it straight on its side, there's nothing coming out at all. Put it in your gap, take your finger off the end, run it down, job done. I'm going to pop it back in there. So as long as you keep it on its side when you first take it out, there's no problem whatsoever. And again, I should be able to push those together now. There we go. If you look right in the middle, there's a gap this end where I didn't quite reach, but obviously it's only a test card. But that middle piece is glued perfectly, so it does work very well. If you imagine that's a wing root, once you're used to using it, it's going to be a very, very clean way of actually gluing stuff together. And again, square bits. We got enough glue in there? Yeah, we've got a little bit in there. So again, square bits, if we just pop that down, try and hold it in the edge, just run it down like the capillary reaction, pull out the glue. Job done. And if we turn it around the other way, we'll do one last bit. Again, job done. Easy as. So again, second time round, nothing at all. So again, if I turn it slowly to catch that, there's a little tiny speck at the end where I pulled it off when it dragged through. But it is a really, really neat system of doing it. Like I say, if you imagine that's wing roots or 90-degree parts you're trying to glue, then it is a very, very neat system of doing it. I can see this getting used a lot on kits. It's been used a few times over the last 4 weeks, and it's proved invaluable. Now, the other beauty of this, obviously, is once you fill it up, if I fill it up again, there we go. So we're probably halfway full. I show you on the side camera. A little bit of plastic in there as well. Somehow I managed to get in there, not sure how. Once you're done gluing, obviously you've got glue in the vial still to get rid of. How do you get rid of that? Well, press your bottle. I show you on the overhead. Squeeze the bottle. Obviously make sure you don't get any glue coming out the top. Pop this back in, put it in, let go of the bottle. And there you go. Everything dragged out of the vial. If I pull it out, there's the vial empty. So it is a very, very clever way. And I know I was speaking to, I'm sure it was Gav. For £5.84, they are expensive. And Gav was saying you could go buy any other bottle to do the same job. You can't. Because it's got, this is something I want to go through as well quickly. Because it's got the applicator tip on there to actually pull the glue up out of the glue bottle, and then the perfectly sized hole for the vial, it is made for this set. So it is worth the money in that respect. Now, two criticisms I've got is the price of this, which I think is extortionate for this little base. Well, it's not extortionate, but it's not the cheapest. And second of all, the main criticism. I thought, yes, you can leave this full of glue, no problem at all. Nope, you can't. This isn't airtight. If I was to squeeze that now, it's all going to come out the top because this is just a cover. There's no way of sealing that, and I thought, okay, that's not very good. So it just evaporates over time. You just watch your level getting lower and lower day by day. So I thought, right, okay, I'll modify it myself. So basically, I unscrewed this first, and I tried a bit of white tack in there, and I thought, yeah, that did the job perfectly. Problem is, the fumes of this started to melt the white tack, and they started getting dragged down into the bottle. I thought, okay, next step. I thought, I've got a spare bottle, which I have here, a spare tip. So what I did is, I got a nice round piece of Plastruct, glued it in position and put that in as well. Again, it was totally airtight. I could press that as hard as I could and it still was leaking. No fluid anywhere whatsoever, yet still over time it was evaporating away. And what I found was if I squoze it, then put the lid on, so I had a vacuum, over time it just gradually released it. So it's just not airtight for some reason, I do not know why. So basically you have to empty it back out. That's the main criticism of this. If I was to faff about a bit more with it, I could probably make it airtight, but to be honest, it's no hassle to quickly transfer the glue from the bottle. But I did have a go trying to fix it, and it did work. It is airtight. You don't get anything out. I can hold it and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. No glue comes out whatsoever, but it still evaporates over time. So obviously it isn't completely airtight for some reason or other. But apart from that, the price, which isn't the cheapest, and that one downfall of not being able to keep this full, which is a shame, it is a very, very good system. So there we go. Hope that's been interesting for you to watch. Although for those, problems, or not problems, but, downfalls of it, the system, it does work very well. It does give a very, very neat, clean glue line. And like I say, I can see this getting used an awful lot by me. The other thing you can get as well, you can buy a set with another bottle where you get this same applicator lid, and you also get a very, very fine pointed one. But you could basically use this like the Revel glue applicators, where you use this as an applicator itself. I have no idea how good it is. I will buy it. I'll get it next time I order for remodels, because again it's £5 odd or £6 off for the two nozzles, and it looks as though you can use it as a fine tip applicator then. So whether it be as precise as the vial, I don't know, it might go everywhere. And I've also seen a flexible tip for it as well. I'll get these and we'll review them at a later date. So there we go, FlexiFiles touch and flow system. Well worth a look at if you're thinking of getting one, basically. And like I say, apart from those problems, it looks great. So pull ISM. Catch you later, guys.